nothing personal, but pen kumsakazo wakho kanye.
We are the amplifiers.
Lalela. Listen to the voices of education in South Africa. Episode 2.
We are the amplifiers.
So yeah, can I record already?
Yes, you want to record. Okay.
I want to stress before the show. How is it, Abigail?
The stress before the show, we're so anxious because we're just doing the technical side of things. So I think we're ready.
Okay.
Yes, we're ready.
Can I follow you?
Yes, you can follow me.
Yes, today I'm visiting Alex FM, the community radio station in Alexandra. The station is hidden inside a large apartment building in this township. And after climbing a lot of stairs, I step into a completely different world.
How are you doing? Very good, eh? What a nice Tuesday. Come in. Oh, come in.
Hello, nice to meet you. Hello. In this radio station, I see offices, 2 studios, editing rooms, and lots of windows overlooking the constant flow of people in Alex.
So before they start, there's music that they play just for them to, feel the music and ready for the content. So it's a youthful show, so they play nice music. Yeah.
Every Saturday morning, the young people take over here. They call themselves the Amplifiers. They are the youth reporters of the organization Radio Workshop.
We are the amplifiers. We amplify the unrecognized voices of young people.
We advocate against the injustices faced by young people.
Like bullying, teenage pregnancy, and substance abuse. We also address matters influencing the lives of young people, such as
Positive parenting skills, child-led initiatives, and children's rights.
let's talk about matters influencing the lives of young people.
Artevelde.
Let's talk.
Listen to the amplifiers.
Every Saturday morning on Alex FM 89.1. Elevate your mind.
Top of the morning, and you're listening to The Amplifiers on LXFM 89.1, Elevate Your Mind. I am your host, Disetso Mabasa Mpanta Muriselele Memabasa, aka your golden boy with a golden voice. And a pilot is never alone. I need someone to run this train with me. Who's here with me?
Sanbanane, it's your girl Simpiwa Hatebe, Indombiago Pongani, aka your popular nerd. And we're not alone, we're with the rest of the A team.
Good morning, we are listening to Alex FM.
And we are here to educate you, elevate you, and make you and give you some information on mental health, sexual reproductive health and rights, gender-based violence, and many more. But today our main topic is sexual reproductive health and rights. And if you want to join the conversation, because today we don't have a question of the day, but if you want to join in on the conversation, you can WhatsApp us on 068-212-9281. That's 068-212-9281.
I love talking a lot. So for me, at first, it was like talking a lot, just opening your mouth and talking.
Let me introduce you to Abigail. She's a young, small, gentle black woman. During our entire interview, she keeps her woolen hat on. It's winter here in July. She's the facilitator of the program, but she once started here herself as a young reporter.
I came in here, I told them I just want to be part of this program, and they told me that they meet every Saturday, and back then they used to meet on Wednesdays and Fridays. So I was in grade 10 or 11. After school, I'll go home, change my uniform, clean so that my parents wouldn't make noise, then come here. Sometimes I'd from school come here and saw the magic. I remember we partnered with Gun-Free South Africa. That was my first outreach. We were speaking about, making spaces gun-free zones, because I saw that young people die at a young age, because I have a friend who passed on because of gun violence. So the love grew there, and speaking about issues that are affecting my peers and using radio as that medium was a great thing. first Saturday when I was on air, I told my mom to listen. My dad, they were so happy. And I was not just talking, because I love talking about everything, anything, whether funny, but now I was speaking something factual, something important. They were like, yo, my child's so educated. You know how parents are. So I saw myself as an important person in the community, because when I walk in, like, wait, I'm from Alex FM. Like, people now acknowledge my presence because of the opportunity that I got from Alex FM. We were the first females to start because it was male dominated. So it was a big thing, you know.
And since then, many women have found their place at this radio station.
Okay. Hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Oh, you're from Belgium. How's the weather that side? How's the weather?
The weather is good.
Michael,
yeah.
Oh, so when are you taking us to Belgium?
You can come.
Abigail shows me around, takes me to every corner of the building, and introduces me to everyone involved in the Youth Reporter show.
So yes, and this
is the heart of the radio, no?
Yeah, because they're the producers of the show. So this is Umpo. She produced the 3 to 6. So yeah, produced the 3 to 6.
Everywhere I go, I'm welcomed with real enthusiasm. I also ask some of them what it is like to work with these young people.
Oh, it's nice because you get to learn something from them as well, because it kind of reminds you of where you were, and then the ambition that they have and the drive that they have. You can also see it in them, and then also pushes you to kind of help them a bit further, you know? Give them the assistance that you required at the time but never really got.
And are there a lot of them who grow further into Alex FM?
Yes, a lot of them. Most of our programming stems from the junior programs from Saturday. So they either move from the show on Saturdays to like maybe production, marketing.
I'm a product. Yes.
She still is a part of the show, and then she was in marketing also, and then she was in producing.
I moved around.
So Alex FM is kind of like an institution, like a school, so we have alumni. They are kind of like our alumni because they get to experience the on-air side of things, the back end of things, the marketing side, the sales, and then they also go on the ground, news and editing and cutting clips and putting all together. You learn every aspect so that when you get to maybe commercial or maybe another platform, you're able to engage and be integrated in a proper way.
Welcome right back. You're still listening to The Amplifiers here on LXFM 89.1, where we always elevate your mind. And if you just joined in, before the ad break, we're talking sexual rights and how you as a human being and as an individual should take responsibility to make sure you protect those rights that you have.
To prepare the Saturday show, the youth reporters meet twice a week. And I was invited to join one of these meetings, and I was honestly impressed by the way these young people talk to each other about very serious topics. I also had the time to sit down and talk a bit longer with some of them.
I was not fluent to speak English, but now I'm trying all my best to speak.
This is Anna, a shy girl with long black braids. I can tell she's very nervous to talk to me.
I didn't know how to communicate with people. I was just casual. I was not formal. Yeah. So now I know how to be formal and casual.
I immediately try to put her at ease and assure her that her English is good enough. She starts by saying she's involved 4 years already. She's 18 now and wants to study journalism next year. And she tells me that she's learned a lot.
And our education is very poor, and some of the things we don't learn them at school. We just research about them, and then we are the ones who give the information by radio.
Yeah. Can you give a concrete example?
Okay, I'll speak my story. So I was a few years back, I was sexually abused. So I just like told myself that I will just like forget about it. But in the future, it came back, and like it was very tricky. Like, how do I manage this? They taught me how to manage these things by like the content that they were giving us. Like while reading the things, okay, Sharp, I can get help where, and how do I like, if I don't want to like go there and speak up, how do I prevent it by myself? By like just sitting down, listening to music, read something, then it just relieved. And also like going out and telling people your story, what happened, like that thing made me like to be relieved. Yeah.
Like you do now.
Yeah, I am.
And everybody in Belgium will listen to it.
Yes.
That's so brave, Anna. I give you a hug. Wow, it's amazing to see how much all these young people learn at this radio station. Not only about making radio, but also about topics that they don't learn about at school.
We teach them how to take ownership, because at the end of the day, we want them to be able to speak confidently in public. Because I remember, I used to talk a lot, but when we come to doing prepared speech, unprepared speech, I'll get timid, like I'll shake. But because of the platform that I got here, I started speaking about important stuff. When I stood there in class, I would just speak and with confidence, and my teacher would be like, how? Like in a split second, you're not like this. And it helped me to be open-minded, because we speak about issues from gender-based violence, sexual reproductive health, climate change, civic engagement. There's a lot of topics that we speak about. And I think as young people, we don't talk about them, but how do we make them fashionable to our peers? So that's where we come in.
And that's something I hear again and again from every young person. We speak about things here that we don't learn about at school. I asked Ayanda Sithole, you remember her, our education activist from VVOB, what she thinks about it.
I feel that sometimes how our education is structured, sometimes, I think it's a general thing in the world, that sometimes we don't teach for the world that children live in. We teach concepts, old concepts. So there's really not an effort to prepare them for a different world. I mean, there are things like your coding and robotics programs coming in, but there isn't still like that holistic, what kind of a young person are we trying to build for an unimaginable future, right? So it's even difficult for the system itself to conceptualize what this future would look like. So when young people see things that relate to the actual world that they live in, they get excited. Again, it's about resources and the time allocated to teach at schools. For instance, a subject like life orientation, which ideally should be exposing you to different things about the world, preparing you for the world, they only have 30 minutes in the school timetable. So what can you do in those 30 minutes? So as a teacher, you prioritize. So you prioritize what is the most essential thing that I need to teach these young people.
Simpiwe and Gogi, do you think schools in South Africa teach properly, educate their learners more or like in depth about sexual health or rights?
No, yes, especially in this subject of LO. Social reproductive. This go subject in your LO.
Something else that really stands out to me is how many different languages are spoken side by side here on the radio. Abigail explains why.
Not all of them, they speak English. Like they know how to speak English, but when they broadcast, they use their mother tongue. Also because it's a community radio station, not everyone speaks English. So to accommodate everyone, others speak their home languages, your tsotsital, township language, just to accommodate everyone.
And then suddenly, during the show, the news was read in Xhosa, one of the 11 official languages spoken in South Africa. It sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Very musical, almost poetic, I think. And this great diversity of languages is not only a reality here on the radio, but also in every school across the country, Ayanda explains to me.
They call it code switching. So even in township schools, you find that because you have learners who speak Sotho, Zulu, the teachers sort of code switch. If, let's take for instance, a science class, right? There's sometimes no direct words for a scientific term in our language. So they would explain the concept, but then code switch and give them the scientific term for that. But you still find predominantly schools that are just pure English schools or pure Afrikaans schools. But it also depends on the location of the school. So if, for instance, it's a school in Cape Town, in Khayelitsha, and majority are Xhosa, you'd find that it's Xhosa and English. If you go to a school where there's more township school, you find that code switching happens between a number of languages. So again, it's a complexity of the teacher, right? Because as a teacher, you are now expected to know different languages. And can you? But there isn't, at the moment, we're still in the process to transition to a more formalized mother tongue bilingual approach.
This approach puts the children's mother tongue at the center of their learning process, especially when it comes to learning how to read and understanding what they read.
There's a reading problem in South Africa. And so one of the recommendations from there was that they struggle to translate what they're reading, because you first want to try and understand it using your own language before. So that also delays the learner's ability to read for meaning, because they need to understand it from two different languages. So there is a move in the country at the moment where we are moving towards this mother tongue bilingual approach. It's still in its initial stages. So there's a lot of testing that's happening.
At the same time, the reality is that English remains the main language for official documents and administration. It's crucial if you want a good job in this country. So for students, it's still very important to have a strong understanding of English. And that's why it remains the main language used in the youth show on Alex FM.
I only actually got to know Alex from the streets and how the neighborhoods look from working here at Alex FM.
This is Marianne. She was part of the very first generation of youth reporters here in 2014. Today, she works for Radio Workshop, the organization that coordinates youth reporters across the country in different community radio stations.
I haven't seen anyone join who didn't become more confident once being able to speak their thoughts, their minds, their understanding and opinion on certain issues, myself included. Because as much as I'm saying I'm social, I feel like I was just always, I don't know if scared is the right word, but I was never the person who's going to put up their hand to answer the question. Even if I knew the answer, I just was never really sure of myself until I was part of this program. Then being in certain spaces, being loud and just representing young people there's like an honor in that. And it just becomes easier to be loud about your thoughts and opinions. After every show, we buy pizza and we just sit and chat like it would be about life, about what's happening in our country, in our personal lives, academics, goals, and all of that. And it just created this confidence. Like, I think once you know that there's so many other people like you who relate, whether it's coming from Alex, whether it's coming from Alex and wanting more than Alex for yourself, whether it's wanting to pursue a career in broadcasting and radio and storytelling, you're finding people that are just like you. And so when you're standing up and talking to other people, you know you're not standing alone. And there's just so much power in having that support to be like, I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. I know I'm not the only one who wants to see change. I know I'm not the only one who wants my community to be cleaner, for young people to feel like they have access to health and all of those things. So that really is kind of the magic of this program for me.
She was also given the opportunity to make a podcast about her life in Alex called I Will Not Grow Old Here.
I guess I started to see it as my coming out story, to actually be able to tell my Alex story instead of people being able to be like, oh, she's from Alex, and throwing all these stereotypes and ideas of how they think I grew up, or how they think I lived, or how they think life in Alex is.
Let's listen to a short fragment together.
Some people would say I'm part of the missing middle, a young South African who's too poor to afford university. But at the same time, I'm too rich to get the government to pay for it. So instead of getting a degree, I've got to work. A lot. I work 5 jobs. Some days, I don't know if I'm coming or going. With my 5 part-time jobs, I still earn far less than the average white guy my age, who probably takes home about $1,500 a month. Meanwhile, most black women like me are at the very bottom of the ladder. That, my friend, is what we call inequality. And did I mention? All of my jobs are temporary. I'm on short-term contracts with every single one of them. Any and all of them could end at any time. So, I could become part of the 70%. The 70% of youth who are unemployed in Alex and in every township across the country.
And it is because of this podcast that I'm sitting here today at Alex FM.
Working in community radio, it's always just your direct community that's listening. And I do think that's the power of podcast, that it reaches people you do not imagine. And so the reality that it did exactly that, it reached people in Belgium and other places of the world. It's always just like, whew, insane to me.
And in that podcast, I suddenly hear Marianne's younger sister speaking. She's studying to become a teacher. Maybe you recognize her?
Honestly, I'm very proud of her. Like, I won't lie. Because how many awards did you win to? 1, 2? So yeah, it's just amazing. And like also, I'm also really shocked that like it's going around. Like you're basically international, girl.
And that's exactly what this Youth Reporters program is about, giving young people the chance to develop their talents, to give them a platform and to help them learn about a changing world. And as I mentioned before, this program runs all across South Africa, in different regions and different radio stations. I'm incredibly grateful that I was allowed to spend a few days here recording and getting to know these young people better. But now, I hand the microphone back to them and invite you to listen to the end of this Saturday morning show.
Thank you. So do you have any last words? Do you have anything to say to females, young women like you?
Well, I'd say that please protect yourselves. And as much as, like this has said before, as much as you have a right, make sure that you also take responsibility for your rights and do regular checkups at the clinic. And also hygiene is very important. And that's it from me. Thank you.
Guys,
what do you have for our young males?
Obviously, I do have. Guys, we need to be careful. We need to take care of ourselves. We are a woman. We We need to take care of ourselves and respect ourselves and ask where we don't know so that we know. And that part is very important, guys. I'm one of the amplifiers, guys. We love you very much.
And that is it from us, the Amplifiers, right here on LXFM 89.1. We will always elevate your mind. And from me, Tiseto Mabasa, I say stay safe and stay alive.
Thank you, dear radio friends. I'm ready to move on again. My next stop is Malmesbury, near Cape Town. Looking forward to attend history and robotics classes in Afrikaans at a secondary school with teacher Kelvin as my guide.
And I felt so in love with this school and this building and this everything that it's been 6 years here now. Kids know me, the parents know me, the people know me, Mr. Robotics. I want to be a role model to them.